Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Rao coming to you in Ducks and Burnout House in the Clubhouse, and also Facebook, my groups, and LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Uh, this is a very hot Iowa. Uh, we're going to be heat advisory till 9 p.m. tonight, I believe. We're going to have it next couple of days. Today I heard the UN Secretary of General. He come on the TV and said it's not global heat anymore; it is global boiling. I think that's very appropriate, and he had been warning us for a long time now. And there was a segment on the public channel today on how to weatherize our roads, our rooftops, and our plants, um, getting more plants, more greenery, that kind of practical solutions. I believe they are doing some of these things in Los Angeles area. Uh, I knew about black tops are really absorbing a lot of heat, and they were recommending paving them with white paint, so that heat will be not absorbed that much. I think that's a simple thing. I think we should get going on that. And also, trees will take some time, but at least we can continue to do that and start that. Okay. So that's what they were talking about. Very concerning. A lot of people were having, and they also reported some of the workers are demanding certain measures to be, uh, applied by. Hi, Nazli, welcome. Uh, so they were talking about that. The workers demanded that they should have shade, they should have water, and they should have 10 minutes breaks while they are working in the hot air weather. I think they're all reasonable. The companies are saying we're already doing some of that, but these workers want it like a agreement, and companies probably will do some of it, but it has to be done more vigorously, I believe. So all in all, global boiling. That's the point we reach, and a lot of measures that we could do. Uh, I think we should go ahead and do it. The roof painting white is something I saw in so many cities. So if you are flying over, you can see the black tops are turned into white tops, and also some of the roofs are given roof gardens, and that's also something we can all do. Big plants probably will take a lot of time. Very concerning. And I was also following as a physician how I could help other people if they should pay the, they're caught in this heat waves. What we should educate them, what we should advise them, and all that. Okay. Uh, all afternoon, I was doing something about this topic, enhance the human being, and I was preparing on the ancient way of looking at the physiology or personality of the human being. They kind of talked about 5 layers that we have. We have a physical layer, energy layer, mental layer, and intellectual layer, and also a blissful layer. Okay, those are all the different layers, like peeling the onion. These 5 layers are there. The benefit of that is once you understand that you can manage your health a little better. So I was making some videos on that, and then when we get to that, we will talk about it, and I'll also give you those videos that you can learn from. It's basically how you take care of your body and the energy field and the mental field and also your knowledge and your inner happiness and all that. I thought it was a very practical solution that ancient yogis had developed when I kind of complemented them with what we know in the modern science about our anatomy and physiology. it kind of fit better because in motor medicine we are talking about what is anatomically wrong, what is physiologically wrong, maybe to the cellular level, and then we were going to make sure that we are attending to all that like a whole human being. But then that was not enough. Anything psychiatry, anything mental, we were turning over to the psychiatrists, and they were not doing a good job in the long run, right? So this kind of looking at the whole body in 5 layers helped me to treat my patients in a holistic manner, in an integrative manner. And that means you take care of the patient, not just what is wrong with his body, but also how he's feeling about it, what kind of psychological effects he has, and that kind of thing. Nazir, if you want to come up, you can come up. I will invite you. But if you want to listen, that's fine too. Uh, so it's a question of really understanding the human being as a whole. So I went ahead and then made. I started to make the first video was over, but then I want to figure out how much length each video should be, and how much length the tutorial will do all that, right? So it is a kind of interesting way to put in front of modern people how you can look at yourself as a human personality, that you have all these layers together. If you can understand them, for example, a lot of people are caught in the thought stream, right? They cannot be quiet for a while, and they cannot really stop, reaching for the devices, or writing something or thinking something all the time. That we found is kind of neurotic now, and also that we found induces a lot of anxiety in some people, a lot of depression in some people too. So this habit of trying to be silent for a while every day, I think that's a good one to cultivate. You don't need any money, or you don't have to pay anybody. You just have to figure out where you can really stay somewhere, and then just close your eyes and focus on the breath, and then just be quiet as much as possible. And slowly, it will be a habit that you can cultivate, and you can be silent. There are a lot of benefits of doing that. So try to cultivate that being silent habit. You don't have to do anything, just be quiet. That's a wonderful thing for the long term, because a lot of people are caught in so much of thought. Either they are thinking about something is going to happen, or they're planning, or they are really executing that in their mind, or they are regretting something happened in the past, or some memories bother them, all that. All that is kind of a habit we cultivated without really thinking what's going to happen. Especially the most addictive habit everybody has is thinking too much, allowing the thought go all the time. So that's where I think I find my colleagues always like that. They're not able to sleep also at night, because they may fall asleep because they're tired, but then they wake up in a couple of hours, and then once they wake up, they can't fall asleep. That I saw lots of time. And then in the morning, they're really drained, or really tired, and don't have the energy to do the stuff that they need, especially when you are doing surgery or procedures. I do procedures as a physician. Like I have to take some fluid from the back, or I have to tap somebody's ascitic abdomen, huge abdomen, or I have to do some needle biopsies on some things like that. But then even for those, you get to be in neurologically intact. You cannot have shaky hands and all that, right? So in the morning when you wake up, you are very steady. It's much better. But somebody who is used to that may be like that mechanically. But if you are requiring a lot of concentration, sometimes that shows that they have not slept last night. They are not out together. Some people may do it, but then still they feel like they are put under a lot of stress. So there are so many reasons why you want to cultivate this habit of trying to be silent by yourself, not induced by a medication or a sleeping pill or something like a drink that you can take and really be quiet. None of that. No drugs, nothing. Uh, by yourself, you can do that. So this five-layer theory I was talking about, one of the layers is called Manomaya Kosha. That means your mental layer, your thought layer. That is the one which really a lot of people are get stuck because they don't think much about thinking all the time and the problems. They may come when they have a headache, have a insomnia, or lack of energy, or really losing patience with people, they're snapping at people. Those kind of symptoms come up, then they come and seek the help. But they want some pill for that, and then we may give them pill just to get over the symptom, but the underlying cause is this. Okay, and also, a lot of people don't have sleep properly. So that's a different topic. We'll talk about it completely. So under this series of enhance the human being, if you understand the physiology by complementing the modern medical way and the ancient wisdom way, and then we have a better understanding about our human cell, and we will perform much better. We will be fulfilled much better too. Those kind of things are there. So this is going to be at least probably couple of weeks because each one is extensive enough. I may have to do two or three videos for each layer. So that would be like a close to at least 15 or maybe at the most 10, at the least 10. So 10 means we should present them at least for 2 weeks, right? Five. That's what I was thinking. I will do that. I will put them there for everybody's availability. I'll put them on the YouTube also, and you can visit and then you can see them there too. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do the next 2 weeks, probably starting Monday, maybe. So people can really enjoy them and have a different perspective of knowing what's wrong with them, and then they can seek the help with their doctor, or they can develop this self-help, like where you kind of cultivate good habits of trying to maintain your diurnal rhythm, have a regular life like a breakfast and then late lunch, something like that, and then some exercise incorporated into your work life, and then keeping quiet for a while, and then having some measures before you sleep and some measures after you sleep. So in the long run, you can improve the quality of your sleep, and that way you will be regenerating some of your internal organs, especially the brain, right? So quality of sleep is that important. I give very much importance for that. I don't drink any coffees and teas, especially in the evening time, and I don't drink any wine and all that. So all that is kind of alters our natural natural rhythms for the sleep. That's why I don't want to spoil that. I wish I knew all this when I was very young, but after I knew this, my energy was protected. Mainly, I was not doing the artificial things, right? That helped a lot. Okay, so what you do is you want to see those videos and see what it is, and bring me some questions if you have, or some ways of how you implement in your own life, and eventually you'll have better idea about things that are going on within your body, both physiologically and then uh, all your energy wise, and then interfere before they go out of whack and they become a big deal. So that's the project, enhance the human being. So altogether, maybe 10 videos I'll make out of that. which will be under 20 minutes probably. And then you can see them and then you can communicate with them. Uh, Actually, this is very common sense if you look at it. Everybody worries about their energy, right? Everybody worries about how much thinking they are doing or too little thinking about it. Or they may worry about their understanding of life, or they may not be happy, or they are too sorrow too much, all those things are very commonsensical. Understanding them at this depth, at this level, really helps you to really protect those things early. Okay, but rather than focusing on somebody else helping you, you could help yourself in the long run. Like for example, suppose I have some neck pain because I was sleeping wrongly, then I immediately know that neck pain can be relieved by me stretching in certain way. And when I do that, usually the neck pain subsides or goes away. And then I may do other things too, all non-therapeutic. That means non-invasive measures, nothing into your body. And just by doing that, I kind of get rid of all the pain and everything. Most of the time, that is what happens. If I develop such small things, I kind of take care of them myself. I don't do any tests. I don't do any. But suppose it is too much, that's okay. But regular things I'm talking about. Then you will prevent going to doctor, paying the money, and all. That's the kind of thing I teach a lot of people, how to take care of themselves with this hacks from ancient wisdom. And suppose a chiropractor, you go to a chiropractor, he will manipulate your cervical spine. But what I do is I kind of do the slow, relaxing stretches along with alignment with the breathing, and you're being quiet, and then really doing them in the morning and in the evening. Usually take care of it. So that kind of having those hacks probably helped me not to go seek any help anywhere, right? So I have not seen any doctor for myself since 2014. This is the last time I saw somebody, and then afterwards I did not. Of course, my friends are around me. If I want to be seen by a doctor, I can just ask them to see me. But then I didn't have the need. Lots of times they may have psychological issues, administrative issues, financial issues, and all of that. I'm open. Anybody wants to talk to me. In the club here, a lot of people ask me, like somebody's coming for my yoga session tomorrow, and I'm going to show her some basic office yoga and basic daily yoga that she could do according to her uh, body stature, according to her how much bending she can do, how flexible she is, how strong she is, and all that. Once I see and test her, how is her spine is flexible, or how balanced she is, all those things I will determine. And once I know she can do basic yoga or middle type of yoga or advanced yoga. What she can do, and so basic, moderate, advanced, right? Then I may focus on that. This is good because if she comes to the group and we're doing, all the group people are seasoned and they already know, and then they may do those things very easily. Some people may do very well, some people may not, but still they know they're in the group with the following whoever showing them basic to advanced, right? But when they work on one-on-one with me, I really determine what they're doing, what they're showing me, and where they are. Some people come with a lot of experience, that's okay. But some people come with no experience, just reading these things. So then I will show them where they can start. If they are very basic, they don't have to compete with anybody. They don't have to say, oh, I can only do this. The other person is like, no, there's no comparison in yoga. You start from where you are, and then you'll be able to really help the other person too. Okay, and also according to the age, young kids will be more flexible, obviously, whereas older people are not. So you don't have to force them. Let them ease into that. Okay, and sex also is important. Women needs a special attention compared to men, and age is very very important. Old people really have to be very careful about what we can teach them. I kind of teach them sitting down in the chair or lying in the bed, that kind of thing. So you can modify these things according to all these variant factors, right? I'm happy I was able to show them some pregnant women also. Suppose they just found out that they are pregnant, they can start and they can do slowly, and then it will help them to have a easy labor, and also it will help them to have a healthier kid. All those things are, and then they will have less complications because of this. So it's called prenatal yoga, and after the baby is born, there is called postnatal yoga, where the mom can come into shape quickly and regain her original strength and stamina and flexibility. So, according to the uh, condition of the student, whoever wants to learn this, I kind of customize for them. That's very easy for me to do. But then they have to be careful with all the instructions. Everybody will told about what are the things that you should do before you come to the yoga class, and what you should do after the yoga class, and what you should do during the yoga class. So if you pay attention to that, this is where a little discipline is important. A lot of times if you are in a hurry, then that's not a good time for you to do these kind of practices, right? But if you are really laid back and then coordinate not only your breathing but also your concentration and your balance and all that. So 2 years I tell them: be aware, be aligned. Align your body to the breath, to the mind. So if you can align like that, it will be much more beneficial. The aim of the class is to for you to be more aware, more energetic, gain some insights, and also connect with the universal sounds and connect with the universal self within you. So the last one is a rather tall order, but you can do this measures in you. You can say, "Am I become more alert and aware after this session? Have I got more energy? Did I get any insights?" Or those kind of things you can easily find out for yourself. Okay, lots of times people will be sleeping or thinking something and all that. So I always tell them, just be here and now. So I will be repeating that in the class several times so that people really come back to it, and sooner or later they will develop the same thing, and then they will be doing that by themselves. But I will be in the present. I'll be watching everybody. I'll be in the present. I can pick up things on people are doing wrongly, or because that is my job to direct them properly, right? So doing these things slowly, deliberately, breathing deep is important. That is what I focus on, and I will be in the present, and I will not think about anything else that's coming up the day. And then when they see me doing that, they also automatically do that. But if you have a question, that's also in the present we are doing, right? That's okay. We can talk about that. And sometimes advanced people may not like these small questions, but still we get to show compassion to them, and we're all trying to help each other, like that kind of thing. So that goes very well. Nobody objected so far. I'm teaching from the basic right away, but because some new students are like that, right? They will not know. But sometimes I invite people to come separately later in the evening or separately, privately, so that I can concentrate. Like, well, this student coming tomorrow, I don't know her. prowess of yoga. She said she did that before. Now she does some, but she wanted to know more of what is appropriate for her, or what is the intensity and all that. So first time seeing, I check on so many things. Once I see them, like they have more flexibility, they're able to get into the postures very easily, and they are more concentrated, and they are more balanced. Then we can go to advanced. Otherwise, there is a way to improve your back. There is a way to improve your abdomen. There is a way to improve your spine as a whole. There is a way to improve your enough all the calf muscles, all the thigh muscles, and all the arm muscles, chest, and also the scalp and all that. According to the area, according to the age, and also what are the underlying conditions they have. Sometimes they may have cervical spondylosis, that is, spine is stiff and it's painful. So you don't want to do too much of extension of the neck to the back, right? So that those precautions I always bring it to them, so that they themselves will feel. What happens is, after a while, you get in touch with your own body. What's going on with your body? Where are the problems? Where are the strengths and all that? Once you realize that, then you can do more on the strong parts. But if it is really weak, you cannot do that. You have to go at your own pace. The body will tell you whether it is appropriate to you or not. So, being attentive, being aware in the yoga class is very important. Awareness of what is your body responding, how is what is it saying to you. That kind of uh, thing really is important too. So this enhance the human being. It will start with the physical body, and we will see how you are made up of, what are the problems you have, how we can address them. Now, for example, if you have a pot belly, a huge belly, and then you have back pain, obviously you know the pot belly is causing the back pain too. So you got to give them some belt or something, and also when you get down to the floor, you should not straighten your legs, but you have to bend your legs, that kind of things. So the first layer is the body, physical body. We're going to address that, and then we'll go into the other layers. The next layer will be the energy layer, and then the mental layer, and then the knowledge layer, and then the happiness layer. Those blissful nature. Okay. A very important conceptualization of these five layers. They are not separate from each other. They are all intertwined. But then, for our understanding, for really employing measures, I think this division is very important. Like I see a patient, I can easily see that mentally they are disturbed about this particular illness that they have, or they are really anxious about it, or they're depressed because they have known the diagnosis and they're worried about what's going to happen. So you cannot neglect that and just give them the medications. You got to address that disturbance in their mind, in their emotions. Then only they will be able to cooperate with you. Fortunately, I can do that. So I can get in touch with them because I want to be empathetic to the patients, right? And also sometimes a person will come, he will pose very intelligent questions to me. That means he is well read, knows a lot about it, which I welcome actually. When I first came to this Midwest area from practice in New York, I was in Chicago for 8 years and then New York for 5 years. Then I came to Iowa. So many people who come here are farmers or related to that, but very few people really educated, really knows what's going on. Those people also used to come, and those people go to the internet and find out a lot of things. I actively encourage them. Not only them, nowadays everybody is encouraged to find out more about AI. Do some diligent work on your behalf, because you have only one disease. Lots of times you can read about it. As you go on into the future, there will be more and more help for a consumer to go on the artificial intelligence Chatbots are also getting older now. They have newer ones now. XIO, that's one thing, and so many Perplexity, so many things have come, right? So it's going to be more and more user friendly for the patients to find out what's wrong with them to somewhat. But if they want a confirmation, or they can go to their provider, but they have the chance to be arming themselves with a lot of information before they go to doctor. I actively encourage, so I'm not intimidated by that at all. That was my style. I was telling them, you find out as much as, suppose they bring a false news to me, I would correct them. I would tell them why it is not correct and all that. And they appreciate that. But empowering them with the knowledge of their own illness goes a long way when treating the people, right? But then empowering these 5 layers I was talking about, you will be empowered about your own health in all respects, all aspects of how it is. Okay, that's what I plan to do. And maybe we should send to more people invitations. I never bother to send invitations because I have enough time just to come and open and speak about the whatever I want to. So that's okay. But maybe we'll try a little bit more effort advertising this particular series, and then see more people come in there too. Some people tell me you ping us will come, but then I never had that habit of pinging a lot of people. So I usually go whenever I want to go, wherever I have the time, and also I deliver from my heart. So I think that's what I wanted to say for today. We will be opening the first layer, which is called Annamaya Kosha, which is the physical body, tomorrow. I'll also bring the video if it's already done by the time, and then people can look at that video and then they will be happy about that. Okay. Um, Nazli, you have any questions on that? Dharni? Nazli wants to come up, I can bring her, but okay. Do you have any questions? Give me a signal, Leslie. Okay. So that's the plan, and we will try to do that from tomorrow at the same time in the same house, and I should be interested. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'll see you.